The close call frightening locals.
But first tonight, there's been another deadly shark attack off the West Australian coast.
A male surfer's been killed in a shark attack.
The
surfer was on
a day trip
was
from
mauled
Perth
by a
when the
5-metre great white near West
But other surfers now want the creature hunted down and killed.
March 20th was a day like any other. Another pre-dawn start. Our tasks remain the same. Follow, observe, and if necessary, document.
Oh, can it be? The voices calling me, they get lost and out of time.
So here we are on the boat, just had a garfish just come flying into the boat.
Almost bring our moment, Eddie.
There were no unusual tides, moons or temperatures that led us to believe today would be any different. But today, the entire face of our campaign would change.
A broken heart is blind.
A female, dead, on the most northern hook off Scarborough Beach. One of the many tigers to become a victim in these waters. We had no idea how long she had been there. Hooked sometime during the night, only a kilometre offshore. We would wait here and watch on as fisheries unhooked her with bolt cutters and placed an identification tag on her dorsal labelling her as dead. Then it began, the chase to follow them to the drop zone and film them dumping the shark's body. Fisheries constantly change their methods to prevent us from documenting the wounds inflicted on the animals they dump. This time they would drop the animal down their tender ramp while their boat was still moving. Only this time, we wouldn't let her fall. Up close we could check if she was still alive. We could see and document her wounds. It was no more than 10 seconds of the shark being secured that fisheries saw what we had done. They turned around.
We've got people in the water! Get back!
There's people in the water!
Fisheries had at speed approached a small rib with an idle engine and 2 divers in the water. We kept filming, they kept yelling, telling us we were interfering with their fishing operations. Focused only on the shark, they may as well have been invisible to us. What felt like hours was less than 5 minutes, and the shark was let go. I thought the worst part of that day would be those few minutes in the water with the dead shark. I was wrong. When we came back into port, fisheries officers were waiting for us.
Thank you. And you're in the water with the shark today?
Yep.
Yep. Do you have any interactions with that shark today? Or?
We need to talk to everyone who was on board the boat, okay? So we have photos of the people that were on board the boat, so I'd appreciate a bit of honesty straight up.
They were there to seize our footage and, if necessary, destroy it. They told us they had evidence of what we had done and that anything we shot was evidence too. They tried to tell us that we were illegally in possession of a protected species. Imagine being accused of being in possession of a protected species by the very authorities that had just killed it. They left without our footage and told us that if the footage from that day were to be released, we would be going to court for obstruction of justice. I never lied to fisheries. I had no idea where our memory cards were. Out of our sight, out of our knowledge. Just like the shark from moments earlier, to the general public of Australia. It seems the further we push, the more resistance we face. We are witnessing injustice at its best. We have seen undersized sharks, still alive, still struggling, and informed fisheries straight away, only to wait and wait for them to never respond. Their definition of releasing an alive shark is becoming apparent to us.
He's there. He's upside down.
A fisherman is hired by fisheries to check the drumlines south of Perth. He has a tool set for handling sharks consisting of a flex saw duct taped to a broom handle and a .22 rifle.
So don't you worry, you'll be my resolution. Characters of no illusion.
I watched fisheries take the course of several minutes to put 2 powerheads into a tiger shark, only to bring her on board and realise she was still alive. Most of the sharks I witnessed being killed were breeding-sized females. Fish for the future is the motto of Western Australian fisheries.
It's dangerous to speak inside. You might know what I'm trying to hide. So from the cradle to cradle.
This shark was released alive by fisheries. Their only action towards helping it survive was telling our divers that if they were to touch the animal, they would be fined.
As far away from the coming of days, so don't you.
Negligence and recklessness, shark after shark, day after day, hook after hook, all in the name of trying to preserve that unique lifestyle of Western Australia.
Characters of no illusion. You will be my resolution. Characters of no illusion. You will be my resolution.
They have a lot to answer for, and you, the taxpayers and ocean goers, to answer too. So start asking your questions.
Turn around, put it down and see. the place to be. I'm not you, nor you me, but we're both moving steady.
We had no intention of breaking the law that day. The day one shark finally got a real goodbye. Everyone that was on the water that day is willing to face whatever is thrown at us to allow you to see this. To me, that seems a better fate than remaining silent.
It's a beautiful tiger shark, man. What an absolutely
Get close to a beautiful tiger shark, you know?
incredible waste of an animal.
The day we begin to back down in the face of injustice and not expose the negligence of the very people appointed to protect the animals they have now been hired to kill is the day we lose more than our sharks. We lose our ability to distinguish right from wrong. And in a world full of so much wrong, where the rules are made to justify the decay of our last wild things, that is not a trait our society can afford. Cane toads were introduced by the Australian government to control a beetle population. 50 years ago, domestic violence was legal, and this will forever be seen by future generations. It's just another one of our mistakes.